Hello, everyone. Welcome to part 47 of my story. So, I'm sitting with my attorney and I'm going over paperwork, and basically, we're trying to decide, which route we're going to take. And so, she brings into play that was I interested in going um, to trial and doing a speedy trial. And so I told her that, all things given and considered at the time, and me seeing so many people paperwork and seeing how the system worked, that was absolutely no way that I wanted to go to trial and have to risk my freedom in my life for the rest of my life with the United States government, who has a 97+% success rate on conviction. And so she pretty much agreed. So at this point, my attorney is basically informing me, of all my rights. And she's basically telling me that, the judge is going to be the person that's going to make the determination based off of what comes out in a pre-sentencing report after we do the interview with the United States Probation Department. So they set a date for me to go before the judge, again, which was maybe 2 months from that date at the time. And as the judge is reading me all this stuff and I'm agreeing to it in court, she lets me know at the end, basically, that when I do return to court, that I need to be prepared to surrender myself over to the United States Marshals Department. So as I returned home, I had one thing that was hanging over my head, and that was the fact that in 60 days or so, I could be returning back to court and going into custody, entering a whole new chapter of my life. And so I was busy trying to put things together. I was trying to keep the kids as normal as possible. I had a daughter that was in the 12th grade that was a month away from graduation. So we're trying to plan graduation parties and just make everything seem to be normal. But it was far from normal for me. Like, it was my time to reflect and think about how I had even come to this place at this time. And ultimately, all roads led back to the same person. This person that I loved so much, that I trusted, that had put me in harm's way. He didn't protect me. He didn't protect his family. He was selfish and he only thought about himself. And it was a hard pill for me to swallow. So at this point, I'm starting to have tough conversations with my family about where my kids are going to go and who's going to take care of them in my absence. And it's not easy conversations for me at all, because my kids still don't know that their mom is going to prison. I had sat there and I had tried to have these conversations. I came up with ways to have these conversations. But then when I looked at them and I looked at how they were clinging to me, it was no way that I could break their heart. Like, I may be like 6 weeks from sentencing. And so my family is beginning to come together more, and we're getting paperwork in order for guardianships and things of that sort. And so I reached out to his family to see if they want to assist or help with anything. And basically, they're not returning my phone calls. I talked to his mom. We talked on and off or whatever. I talked to her on the phone. She wants to help out with two of the kids. So I decided that I would send the kids with her. So this is happening really, really fast, and my kids are not really understanding what's happening. Like, I'm sending them off with people, and I'm telling them, "Oh, I'm gonna see you again. You're just gonna go stay with them for a little while." They're not used to staying with anybody, and so it's hard. Like, they're not wanting to go, but I'm having to send them. And so his mom, she comes, she picks up the kids, we pack up their things, she take the kids off and everything. And so she's gone with the kids maybe 2 weeks. I'm a month from sentencing. She calls me one day and she tells me, "I have to bring the kids back to you. I'm not going to be able to keep them because their father, her son, told her, 'Do not keep my kids. Let me and my family worry about that.'" And so when she told me that, I was done with her. I was done with her past that point, and I had already been done with him. Because at the end of the day, these are still your grandkids. And regardless of whatever we had going on, me and him at this point, and you would listen to your son tell you not to help with your grandkids. So till this day, still till this day, I don't have a relationship with those people. I don't talk to those people. Those people don't even exist to me at this point. Because I felt like, hey, y'all should have been jumping in any kind of way that y'all could, because these were y'all nieces and nephews too. Like, I have a big family. The burden was placed on my family, but they was happy to take it on, that challenge, because I'm their sister, I'm their daughter, and those were my kids, and I feel like that's what family is supposed to do. But his family absolutely did not do that. Like, just completely said F me, left me hanging. So at this time, I received an email from my attorney, and she's basically telling me to review the contents of this email and get back with her if there's something that I disagree with in it. So this is the pre-sentencing investigation report. So it's stating lots of people names in this report. Everybody who's involved is stating that you willingly did or unwillingly did something, knowingly did or unknowingly done something. So the money range for the amount of points that I got was 3.5 to 9.5 million. And so they're gonna sentence me for $4.4 million and him for $4.6 million. And so I totally disagree with this. Like, I'm basically telling my attorney, like, no, this is absolutely untrue. I don't have any accounts affiliated with this. I never had any 4 point some million dollars in my possession. Like, they couldn't prove the 2.5 that I had in my possession. It was only speculation. Nobody had pictures or cameras of it, and the only person that could have been talking about it was him. And so my attorney is telling me how she's going to continue to fight for me regardless. These informants who have been running around doing these things or saying they were doing these things were getting slaps on the wrist, literally receiving 2-year sentences, 1-year sentences. And I'm sitting up here looking at this pre-sentencing investigation, and it is saying that I'm looking at 13 years in Texas and 13 years in Florida. And so I could not comprehend that at that time. I'm trying to figure out why people are running around here free that had major roles in this and nothing is happening to them.